Colorado, in my beautifully small kitchen. Today we're going to make a recipe from my mum. Her 3 ingredients were strawberry jam, cheese and walnuts. You're like, what am I going to do with that? So, I'm making a basic scone recipe today. So in here I have sugar, flour. I used that fine flour that I'd had, some baking powder, salt, sugar, did I say sugar? And lo and behold, it calls for unsalted butter! And so that stick of butter that I got the other day is going to be used. Anyway, so I'm going to blend all this together. I do not have a pastry. What do you call those pastry things anyway? Those pastry mixers. I don't have the pastry mixer attachment with me for my KitchenAid, so I'm just going to blend all this cold butter in by hand. And then I'm going to add some milk to blend it all together. And then I'm going to put the walnuts in it. So they're going to be walnut scones. If I had any cranberries, I'd put cranberries in it, but I don't think I do. So anyway, this takes a little while to blend in, and then we're going to bake it in the oven at 425. I can't remember the amount of time. I don't normally time things very well. I normally just look at them and see how they're doing it in the oven. So, if you're all watching this video, tell me right in the comments where you're all from in the world. Because right at this time, as people are shut in, it seems to me that everybody seems to be reaching out and seemingly coming together a lot closer as a world, I would say. People are being a lot kinder. Although I was at the grocery store the other day, and like most grocery stores, you're only allowed so many people in at a time. And so you have to line up to go in. But when I was lining up, the lady that was, I don't know, regulating the numbers, man, she was mean. She was screaming at the top of her lungs, "Do not touch our staff! Do not touch our staff! We will throw you out!" And I was just like, whoa, that's a little scary. So I did ring the manager afterwards and say, like, she doesn't need to scream at us, you know. I don't think any of us that go in there even want to be touched ourselves, so why would we touch anybody else? And he said that some members of his staff have been assaulted in a grocery store. I didn't ask why, but I was just like, wow, that's really, I'd never heard of anything like that. Alright, so this is almost done, now that I've been jabbering on. Nice and crumbly. So that's what you're looking for, is a crumbly texture. No, you don't want any big lumps of butter, because you want to melt that in evenly when it's cooking. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now I'm going to take some walnuts. Wash my hands, rinse my hands up a little bit there. And just crunch some walnuts in there. You just crunch them in your hand, they don't have to be that small. Walnuts! I actually really like walnuts. And they're gluten-free, healthy for you. And I'm going to add this milk and get all this mix to come together. So let's wash my hands off again. So tell me what all your weather's like across the world, wherever you're watching from today. I don't know, it's going to be in the 60s. This weekend is supposed to be like 70. It's hotter up here than I thought it would be. So we're going to add puddle. Add this milk. 3/4 of a cup of milk I put in there. If you want the complete menu, if you want the complete instructions and the amount of ingredients that I put in, please comment below. I'll gladly add it for you. And so now I'm going to mix it by hand. A little crumbly. I really want it to be a sticky dough all together, because I'm going to have to roll this out somehow, because I don't even have a rolling pin. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I want it to all come together, so I might add just a little bit more liquid in this. I don't know how I'm going to do that without getting the sink dirty, because I'm covered. Should have thought forward on that, huh? Hello. Here comes Aaron, he just woke up. Let's all come together. Alright, so I'm just going to let that sit for a minute while I wash my hands, put some flour out here, and then we're going to roll this out. And then put it in the oven. Nice hands. Where's the dog? Oh, there's the dog. This is Aaron getting his Ovaltine milk for the morning. Alright, that's better. Alright, let's get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to put some flour down. Let me see if I can get a more even surface to do this. My big board. Put a bit of flour down here. And we're going to have to press this out and figure out how we're going to roll it. And I just thought of something. Look at this. I wonder if this comes apart at the bottom. See, when you don't have something, you got to think about what you're going to make do with. Oh, and it does. My new rolling pin. Ta-da! Alright, let's get this out on the board. And roll this out. Doesn't work quite as well. And now we need to make some shapes out of it. So I'm going to use a wine glass, because also that's another thing I don't have is cookie cutters. Alright, so on my sheet here you can lightly spray it where I have put non-stick tin foil on it, and that's what we're going to cook it with. One. And you don't want these to touch. They're not like biscuits, you know, when you make biscuits they can touch and they get all nice and soft on the sides. These you don't want to touch. And then I'm going to mix this together and roll it out again a little bit. That's my oven coming up to temperature. Roll, roll, roll your dough like you really mean it. Merrily, 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 life is better. Alright. I just got it. Oh, I think I can get maybe 2 more out of this. These ones are thinner than the last ones. It's okay if you don't use all the dough. 1, 2, I think maybe I can get 1 more. And this is something that your kids can do. They can do this very easily. Can't they, Aaron?
No.
He says no. Alright, so we've got 12 scones in here. And we have hardly any left over. So I'm going to put these in the oven now. And we will come back when they are out. See you in a while, crocodile. Out the door, dinosaur. Alright guys, it's about 25 minutes later. And the scones came out of the oven. They're just out. So I'll bring them over here and show them to you. They're not as high as an English scone, but they're nice and fluffy. So remember, we put walnuts in there. And the other two ingredients were cheese and strawberry jam. So I'm like, well, I could make savoury scones, but then how can you put a strawberry jam? Well, some people like cheese and jam together, but I thought cream cheese. So I'm going to mix the cream cheese with the strawberry jam. Ta-ta! Put a nice big lump of cream cheese in there. Nice big lump of strawberry jam in there. I'm going to mix it up. So the reason I thought about this is because in the store you can buy all these flavoured cream cheese. I'm not a lover of cream cheese at all. I don't think I ever have been. Not that I remember, Mum. But I do like strawberry jam, so now I'm going to open one up. It's still going to be a bit warm now. Get the ugly one. So because these, oh, they're crumbly, look at that. So I'm going to take a bit of the mixture, because I don't want to crumble, and have a little bite. I like. Very good. The scones do have a nice crumbly texture. I can taste the walnut in it. It's got cheese and it's got jam. There's your three ingredients. Oh, it's really good. Alright. So you know the drill, guys. Click like, ring that bell, and subscribe for more recipes from Sam, the Guerrilla Cook. See you soon, baboon.